Hello friends of YouTube, today we have a pretty exciting video. As you guys know, we dropped the subframe for literally no reason out of the BMW E30 5-cylinder swap. And then about a week or two ago, I reached out to Coilover Depot and I was like, hey guys, do you guys want to work together? And they were like, hell yeah. So Coilover Depot is a new partner on the channel and they sent me out a set of BCRacing BR Series coilovers for the 5-cylinder BMW E30. So I'm super grateful for them. So if you ever are in need of coilovers, please go to Coilover Depot. They are the homies. I'll put the link to their website down in the description. Now, if you guys have never done coilovers on an E30, they're a little weird. You literally can't take out this like shock. You can't. It just is in the knuckle, so which is really bizarre, at least in my experience. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off everything, the brake rotor, the caliper, the knuckle, and take everything off of the subframe and then take everything on the shock apart. Because the BCRacing coilovers or any other aftermarket coilover for the E30 has this like little tube that you go over the top of that strut mount. So you have to cut this tube right here, somewhere around this area, and then you have to slide over the BCRacing coilover and then weld it to the knuckle. It's kind of a pain in the butt, so we're going to get started working on it and we're going to take off the knuckle. So I think how we're going to proceed with this is just take off the tie rod and then the control arm back here and then slide the knuckle off. And then we'll dismantle the brake caliper, the rotor, and all that stuff later down the road. Oh, the tie rod was barely on there, okay. All right, that came apart a lot easier than I expected. No way that just worked that easily. Nice, dude. All right, that was easy. All right, well, there's one knuckle off. I honestly thought this was going to be like a whole process. Yeah, this is going a lot better than I thought it was going to. Well, that's less than ideal. Well, okay, never mind. This is going to be a process. The inside of the tie rod is spinning while I try to unbolt it. So we're going to have new tie rods anyway. So it's fine. We're going to make it. You're coming out whether you like it or not. There it goes. All right, cool. And that one came off way easier than the other one. What the heck's going on? Good thing I took this subframe out. Hammer time, baby. Was it really that easy? One hit? No way, dude. What? I really thought we were going to be here all day, dude. So what I want to do now is take off this caliper because we have new rotors and pads. We don't have new calipers, but maybe that's something that we look into because these ones kind of look pretty crusty. I have a feeling that these ones are going to be a little bit harder to take off. Nope, okay, there's one. I don't think that one's coming. That's how we're doing it. That worked. All right, there's caliper. Now you just gotta do the other side. Dude, we are flying through today's itinerary. I don't have enough planned. Wow, all right. You know what, I'm gonna stop. I don't want this to be foreshadowing for anything, bad to happen. Screw it, I don't care. Brakes it breaks. All right, she is frozen. Gosh darn it. All right, that one came off a lot easier. Well, this one, set screw decided that it wanted to come off nice and easy, so there we go. That one's done. She's gone for it. Those ones are going to the friggin' garbaggio. You can do this. I have the balance of an eagle. That's not gonna work. Well, I was fairly certain that this bottom part, this sleeve that you put over the bottom of the coil on the stock knuckles, I thought it threaded off. I'm pretty sure it still does, but I can't get it to thread off. It's 99% likely just user error. I'm just a little dumb sometimes, but anyway, so these knuckles are off and ready to go. I couldn't get the set screw out because it wanted to ruin the family. So now I need to take those down to my brother's because he has a welder. He knows how to weld. I kind of know how to weld, but not very great. So he's going to help me out with that. But I do want your guys' opinions. Do you think we should just get new calipers? I really don't want to spend the money on new calipers, but I'm fairly confident O'Reilly's sells them for like 50 bucks a piece, so maybe I should just do it. Peace of mind, I guess. But then that's how it spirals, and then you're like, well, I might as well, and then I hate this. I hate cars. Cars suck. Cars are stupid. I love cars. They're awesome. well, let's go down to my brother's. Now it's time to do my favorite part of the videos, voiceover time, baby. So we have to fully dismantle the shock because we have to take out the inner shock tube. That's the one that's filled with like all the gas and stuff, because if you tried to cut it while that was in there, you'd go kaboom. And as you guys can see, I'm taking these off without any sort of spring compressor, and I can only do that because these aren't actually OEM shocks. These are aftermarket shocks. So there actually wasn't any tension on the strut top hat. So if you are doing this to your E30 and you have stock shocks, I would use a spring compressor. I was right, these do thread off from the bottom. I just couldn't get it because I didn't have a bench vise. That is something that I really need to get for the shop. I really need one of those. Now we're removing this lock collar. I think this is an aftermarket thing. I think this is for the aftermarket springs. I don't know if stock E30 knuckles, shock, struts, or whatever will have that. And then this little collar right here is how you take out the shock absorber itself. I didn't get any clips of actually doing it. I guess my brother was just like locked in. You guys remember that pesky set screw that wouldn't come loose earlier? Burn, baby, burn. We set that puppy sucker on fire, baby. We ended up just using like a slightly bigger Torx bit and just hammering it in there, and then we used the big Milwaukee impact to break it free finally, and it did actually work, and I'm pretty proud of that because that was my idea. My brother probably would have thought of it too. He's pretty smart. But now we can start measuring everything out and getting it ready to cut, and I'm just doing my best shop foreman impression. I'm just sitting there doing nothing and just observing. So my brother started working on cutting the strut off. He does have a name, by the way. His name is Ryan. I've been trying to get him to start a YouTube channel for a long time. He is actually working on a really cool project. It's a 55 Chevy pickup truck with a 454 big block and all that, and he's built it from the ground up. So he built the entire frame by hand. It's pretty cool. In my opinion, it's not as cool as the 07K swapped E30, but he would say otherwise. But he said he's not going to start a YouTube channel until I get famous, so then he can just ride like the coattails of my fame. Kind of like brotherly nepotism in a way, I guess, if you want to call it that. I got relegated to cleanup duty. I have to clean up all the paint off of the knuckle so we have, you know, a nice bare metal surface to weld to. And then we can start to press in the lower part of the coilover onto the knuckle. And of course, my brother's fancy. He's got a shop press. I really need one, and I need a lot of other things in my shop too. So now everything's ready to go for the welding, and my brother is actually pretty decent at welding. I, on the other hand, am not. I do like understand the process of welding and can lay some boogers down, but if you were to hand me like a welder and, you know, how to get started, I would have no idea. So I left that job up to him, and then I was relegated back to doing the cleanup duty while he was welding. So I sat there cleaning up the other knuckle, and he welded the one knuckle. But now that this one is clean, it's time for him to weld the other one, and then we are done welding to the knuckle. So now it's time to get these bad boys back to my shop and get them fitted up with the rest of the stuff that's going on now. All right, well, we got the coilover welded onto the knuckle. My brother did a pretty good job welding. Granted, this is cast iron welding to, what, I think aluminum. But overall, pretty good job, better than I could do. Now, earlier in this video, I said that I was thinking about getting new calipers, and I potentially did that. And if you also notice on these knuckles, there are no longer hubs, and that was not intended. But my brother was like, well, you know, while we're here, why don't we take off these hubs and repack the bearings with grease and yada yada, and then we took them off, and then he realized that they were absolute junk, so he's like, well, why don't you just get new hubs and bearings? So this is what you call the rabbit hole. This is going fully down the rabbit hole. So I got a box from AutoZone. I freaking next day delivery. Let's open it up, and yeah, I'll show you guys. Idiot, man. Now, I won't complain, the entire like content of this box was like less than $200 because there was like a discount code, and I'll get like the core recharge for my calipers, but let's show you what's in this box. We got new calipers. We went down the rabbit hole and we said screw it, we might as well just get new ones, so we just got remanufactured ones from AutoZone. So now I gotta get these painted back up. And we got new hubs and bearings. You know, the bearings are already pressed into the wheel hubs, but I figured, you know what? This car is going to be a drift car. It's going to see a lot of abuse. Better safe than sorry. Just replace the hubs and the bearings, and, you know, it is what it is. So now what we need to do is first paint this knuckle. We just got some Seymour cast blast or whatever, because it's cast iron, so it'll look nice and OEM-ish. Paint this side. And then we'll have to press on the new hubs and then paint the calipers because they don't have any paint on them. They'll rust right away. Well, unfortunately, paint didn't really stick to the calipers. I don't really care. It's whatever, honestly. But we got to get these hubs onto these knuckles. So I thought I was going to have to use like a shop press and press them down, but then I watched some YouTube videos. Apparently, you can just freaking throw them on there like this. So that's what I'm going to do. And then if they're not going to go on there, Okay, they're not gonna go on there. I probably should have put these out in like the cold and let them shrink or something. We'll do that with this one. We'll do that with this one, and then we'll try to hit like this with a piece of wood and a hammer and try to get it to sit on there. And then apparently this like nut here will cinch it the rest of the way down. So let's go put this one outside, and then we'll try to hit this one with a piece of wood and a hammer. This is definitely not the right way to do this. I screwed up. Well, we got some EBC brakes. We got drilled and slotted rotors. As you guys know, we partnered with them on the Mark II, and then I asked them, I was like, hey, do you guys want to help out with the E30? And they were like, heck yeah, dude. So we got some drilled and slotted rotors for the front, and then drilled and slotted rotors for the rear, and then we got their blue stuff pads. This thing should freaking stop on a dime, even though these are like smaller E30 brakes. EBC brakes, best of the best. So I'm super stoked. I'm super excited. Wait, I gotta check what side knuckle this is. This is the left. So we don't want the right on the left knuckle. Silly old me. Need to put the new pads into the new calipers. And then this other side should be just as easy. Just bada bing, bada boom. Just slide them right in. Wow, I love doing caliper in I love doing brake pads on E30 calipers, apparently. I've never done them before. That was really easy. Oh, this is gonna be difficult, isn't it? All right, there you have it. Well, there's one side done, kind of halfway. It doesn't look great because the caliper paint just decided not to stick on the caliper. I probably should have cleaned it off before I sprayed it, but I didn't. Just was spraying willy-nilly. I just started blasting, so. But you know, if we're like comparing to before and after, I think we're looking considerably better. Remember, this isn't a show car, this is a drift car. Yeah, as you can see, like some of the paint didn't stick perfectly. I don't know why, I don't know. I probably should have used some like wax and grease remover. Hindsight's 20/20 though, so it is what it is. All right, round two. Let's see if putting this in the snow helped. It's 30 degrees out, so hopefully maybe it shrunk it a little bit. And it looks like, oh, I should have done that with the other one. Do you see how easy that was, dude? We're so smart. I'm so smart. Oh, so smooth. Oh, put our EBC rotor on, freaking drilled and slotted, dude. Big leagues, baby. Throw the EBC blue stuff into our new calipers. Everything is new, fancy, schmancy pants. Oh, that's backwards. All right, well, there we go. Maybe I don't know. We are almost done with this video. Thank goodness gracious. This is like the longest it's taken me to make one video ever. Like it's been like 3 to 4 weeks. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, well, this one spins freely, while the other one, not so much. So I don't know if I screwed something up with the hub. Yeah, I might have messed it up. That's all right. You guys can flame me in the comment sections. I probably ruined this bearing in here. That's my bad. I'll take that one on the chin. Well, I did end up getting it to spin. I don't know why. It just spins like kind of hard, so I probably did screw it up. So catch me in a couple weeks redoing that. That was dumb. That was my fault. That's, you know, I should have put it outside and let it get cold because the other one slipped on so easily and so nicely. You live and you learn, though. I can build a whole car, but I can't do simple stuff like that. I'm just a little dumb like that sometimes. But now we got to thread these coilovers onto the knuckles, and then I'm going to throw them onto the car without the subframe because I still got to do a bunch of crap to the subframe. But I just want to wrap this video up. It's been like 3 weeks, and I just want it over with and out of the way. I'm just tired of doing this. I know you all see the purple. Surprise, the car is going to be midnight purple. I don't know if you knew that. Some of you guys follow my Instagram, some of you don't. So if you did follow my Instagram, you did already know that. But yeah, it's going to be midnight purple. Oh my God, guys, I'm having so much fun right now. I love cars. I love cars. I love cars. Cars are good. Yep, cars are good, right? Yep, Okay. That took way more effort than I wanted it to. Oh, there goes a knife. Looking pretty freaking good though, man. How about it, huh? How we looking? Good? Good, because I don't want to do this ever again. I feel defeated, even though like this is a major win in the progress. I still just feel like I'm defeated. Yeah, my water bottle's pink and orange. All right, whatever. It's official. I'm a loser. I lose. We got it. We got it. I am once again a wiener. I am once again a wiener. Oh, my knees. Ow. We did it. We did it. But at what cost? It's done. You guys can stop telling me that I don't work on my car. I did, and I tried really hard. My life's a mess. Everything is crumbling. All right, no, I'm actually kidding. As you can see, we finally have everything together and on there, and dude, it looks so much better than it did before. I need to get the subframe back on, but EBC brakes, blue stuff pads, BCRacing coilovers from Coilover Depot. This side, the Knuckle looking fresh. I scuffed it a little bit there, but that's all right. We win. We have a win. We have a big W. Minus that one hub. I don't want to talk about that. Don't mention that in the comment section. I don't want to hear it. On the next video, we still have a lot of work to do to the subframe. We got to get these control arms off. We got to get the steering rack off. We got to get the subframe reinforced. So we got to get some reinforcement brackets or whatever. You just weld them in for the front subframe, because when you throw more horsepower at the E30, it likes to crack the subframe. So we got to reinforce it. Get an angle kit for this bad boy. Throw it back into the E30. And then we got something special for the 07K that you guys perhaps might see in the next video. Things are starting to pick up pace again. We were kind of at like a dead spot, but now things are starting to kind of pick up pace. So I'm super grateful for that. But yeah, hope you guys are excited. There's the BC coilover install. Looking all fresh back there in the wheel well with the EBC drilled and slotted rotors and the blue stuff pads. I can't thank Coilover Depot enough, and big shout out to my homies at EBC Brakes. Make sure you get your coilovers from Coilover Depot. That's gonna do it for this video. Much love. Thank you guys for bearing through that with me. And I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm gonna go to sleep and get some needed rest, because we got a long road ahead of us. All right. Good night, guys. I love you. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe for more E35 cylinder updates.